Yo! Cheers. What's up, guys? Fears, audience fears. I apologize. I lost my voice a little bit. There's a story behind that, and I'm going to get to it in just a second. But welcome to the Fears Podcast. Check it out. New coffee, community coffee, dark and bold, espresso, extra bold, full body taste, ground dark roast. I've never tried this before. Let's try it. Very strong, but very good. Anyway, big shout out to the fans. Let's open up that chat and let's get a moseying. I had a hell of a night. It was pretty crazy. I don't even know where to begin. It was nuts. And I'm a little taken back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how to deal with this, and so I'll just tell you guys the story. But anyway, welcome. Let me open up the chat though. Sorry, my voice is just completely hoarse. No, Visions. He says, Fears, you're 2 minutes late. Bye, sorry. Visions, I hope you're kidding, buddy. I hope you're kidding. I had to use the restroom, but I started pretty much on time. I hope you're kidding, Visions. Anyway, what's up, guys? Big shout out to Lord Visions. Today we're going to be reviewing The Mist, and then top 10 vacations I ever took, ever in my life. And then I thought, top 10 movies I ever rented. That's going to be hard, because I've rented a lot of movies, not in a while, but I rented a lot of movies back in the day. That's going to be hard. Anyway. Big shout out to Visions. Big shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate the one like. Let me switch it from top chat to live chat. Yeah, my voice is pretty hoarse. Anyway. Big shout out to Lord Visions. Anyway. I hope Visions was kidding. I hope you were kidding, buddy. Well, actually, I was only a minute late because I had to use the restroom, and then I messaged you, Visions, and said, hey, I'm going live now. So, yeah. But I had my coffee. I had everything prepared, though. Anyway, big shout out to everybody. So, let me just get to the updates. So, Jeff had a drawing. Sadly, I did not win the drawing. The drawing was for a Star Wars pinball machine. I only bought 2 tickets because the tickets were like $10 each or something like that. So, unfortunately, I did not win the pinball machine. But I gave it my all. Though. All right, good, Visions. Good. Visions said, just joking. Visions, I'm telling you, you and Pixel are great actors. You guys are great actors. Sometimes they can sell. Guys are like, oh, no, Fears, fuck you, we're out of here. And I'm like, what? They're like, oh yeah, we're done, Fears. You know? So I'm glad that you're joking around, buddy. Anyway, sometimes I can't tell with Visions and Pixel, but kudos on that acting. So anyway, so that's the first bit of bad news. I did not win the pinball machine, but me and Jeff's friend Tony always comes to the shows. I'm happy to report that Tony and his wife won the Star Wars pinball machine. Now, I think, according to my memory, I'm trying to do this by memory, I think that Jeff told me that the pinball was worth $2,000. So they could either keep the pinball machine or win $2,000 in cash. If I would have won, I probably would have took the cash because there's not enough room to have a pinball. Really, if I'm being honest, guys, the only place to put the pinball machine, if I would have won, would have been right in that corner right over there. I would have moved the table up a little bit. I would have moved the table up a little bit and put it in that corner. So that would be like the only spot to like really put a pinball machine in my house. And then Jeff was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, Fears." He goes, "You can either keep the money because the pinball machine is worth $2,000, or you can take it." So I probably would have took the money. But because Tony has a bigger house, Tony kept the pinball machine. So there we are. So I'm happy to report that our friend Tony and his wife, and I don't think Tony's ever been in a vlog. I'm trying to think. No, he hasn't been in a vlog, but Tony's a good guy. Tony's a very good guy. And he's been a good friend of mine and a good friend of Jeff's. So, big shout out to Tony and his wife and his entire family for getting that pinball. The next bit of God, my voice is so hoarse. I'm so sorry, guys. It's actually gotten a little bit better. I lost my voice last night. There's a good reason for it. I'll tell you guys in a minute. The next bit of good news is me and Jeff, we ran out of time at the convention. Jeff came up to me and said, "Hey, Fears, dude, I've got this big unboxing." He's like, "You want to unbox it with me?" And I went, "What, at your after party?" Or I said, "Do you want to do it at the convention?" He went, "I don't care." He goes, "We'll figure out a time." But Jeff was so busy at the con. When I got over to his house, he went, "Hey, Fears, you know what? There's so many people in my house." There was a good turnout at Jeff's after party. I'd say about 30 to 40 people showed up, and he went, "Fears," he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "There's so many people." He's like, "Let's just do the unboxing, at the next con." And he goes, "Let me know." I said, "I don't always go to every single con." And he went, "Yeah," he goes, "The next con that I'm there and you're there, we'll do it." And I was like, "What's the unboxing?" He went, "Fears." He goes, "This is right up your alley." He goes, "It's going to be," he goes, "I'm going to unbox it in front of everybody at the con." And I said, "Is it an item that you're putting into your own personal collection, Jeff?" And he went, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Fears, this is huge." He goes, "But you're going to love it." And I said, "Can you just give me kind of like a hint?" And he went, "Ghostbuster related." I went, "Oh, fuck yeah." And he goes, "But that's all you get, Fears. So that's all you guys get." So, and then Jeff was like, "You want to do a live stream?" I said, "We could do a live stream." I said, "I could film it and put it in a vlog." I said, "Jeff, whatever you want to do." So I actually don't know. He said, "Fears, it's big, it's epic." He goes, "And I mean big Fears." And I was like, "Oh, wow." I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is getting juicy. This is getting quite juicy. Thank you for the second like. I really appreciate that. So I don't even know what it is. I know it's Ghostbuster related, but there it is. All right, so there's that. All right, now to my crazy story. Visions, I hope you're ready for this. Visions, I hope you're ready. I hope everyone's ready. Okay, so last night I go to work. My boss sits me down and goes, "Fears, peak season's coming up, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he went, "Well, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news." And I went, I'm like, "All right, I'm like, lay it on me." He went, "Well," he goes, "I'm going to make a big announcement." And I went, "Okay." He goes, I just thought I would give you a heads up." He goes, "I know you're not going to like it." So already, Visions, the night was starting off bad. I went, "All right, man." And I have nothing but respect, for my boss. I know it's not my boss's fault, right? So the more like newbies they hire, they have to hire a bunch of newbies because when peak season, Christmas, then New Year's. So that's 4 big holidays. Well, not so much New Year's, but the other 3 are pretty big. But they consider New Year's pretty big. Anyway, so they all gather us around. And this ain't even the reason why I lost my voice. This was just the start of the bad night, right? So he goes, "Hey guys, I just want to let you know." He goes, "I'm sure you guys have checked your schedules by now." He goes, "And I'm sure you guys know that not just me, but everyone, we've lost some hours." And I was like, "No." I'm like, "I didn't check." And then I check, and I'm like, "Oh, I did." I'm like, "I did lose some hours." So he goes, rest assured, he goes, you will get your hours back. Then a girl like raised her hand and said, well, why is everyone, missing hours? And he said, well, he goes, when when peak season comes up, he goes, we have to have hours to train all those new hires because we're going to need all that help for the holiday season. He goes, it's not the manager's fault. He goes, the computer goes in and automatically like takes hours out of everyone's week to make sure all those newbies get some hours to get trained. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So the manager was like, so don't get mad at us. I would never get mad at a manager. I just thought to now I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind, I'm like, well, that makes sense. They have to get hours. We have to get hours. They have to train those. It's just kind of unfair a little bit, or at least I think, because I've been there since last either last August or last September, because I quit my security job to be with my mom whenever my dad passed away, and then I stayed for 3.5 weeks to help my mom with all my dad's like funeral arrangements and all that stuff. And then while I was in Missouri, I was applying for jobs, and I got that FedEx job. And they said, I asked them, I said, do you mind that I start when I come back from? And they were like, they're like, absolutely, John. They're like, take care of all your dad's stuff and then come back. And I went, all right, cool. So then when I got back from my dad's funeral, that's when I started in September. So I thought, like seniority, like they wouldn't cut our hours, but apparently they said seniority has nothing to do with it. They said we appreciate all your guys' hard work because I've been busting my ass. And I mean, I have been busting it. I've been working hard, putting in hours. Very, very rarely do I take off of work. And you guys know that. The only time I take off of work is if I'm deathly ill, like my stomach is killing me, or if I go on vacation. And that Missouri trip, that's the first vacation I've took like in a year and a half, maybe 2 years, something like that. So that was the start of it. But he said, rest assured, you guys will get your hours back. He goes, as soon as peak season starts, then we won't cut anyone's hours because peak season, we need everybody. So yeah. So that was the first part of the bad night. The second part of the bad night, it was bad. It went from good to bad to horrible to fears. Like, I got really pissed off at work. And I shouted. That's why my voice is hoarse. But I had every good reason to shout. So Visions, everybody, I hope you're ready for this. So I'm on the belt, working away. There's this girl that works on the other side of the belt. And I hate to say this, but she is a fucking know-it-all. It's either her way or the highway. She's a narcissist. She's the best. It's always her way. She can say whatever she wants to everybody, but the minute somebody calls her out on her own shit, no, I don't want to hear that. I try to be nice with everybody, and you guys know this. So even before me and this girl got into an argument, I said good morning, because we've gotten into arguments before, me and this girl, and the last time we had an argument was like right when I started, like probably a month into the job. She got into an argument with me when I was just learning the job, and I said, you got to cut me some slack. I'm just starting off at this job. I've never worked in a factory. And she's like, well, you need to get with it. You need to get with it. So then eventually she came up and apologized to me and said, I was in the wrong. And I said, I appreciate your apology. I said, let's just move forward. Let's forget that it happened. So months has gone by since me and this girl have argued, right? She must have had a bad night or something, because something was up her butt. She was yelling at not just me, she was yelling at other people too. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I said, all right, no more Mr. Nice Fears. You guys know when Fears gets mad, I destroy people's lives. And I was like, okay, I'm done. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This bitch is going down. So this is what happened. But it's okay. I'm not fired. She's in trouble because she started it. So I'll tell you guys exactly what happened. So I'm on the belt. She's on the belt. Remember how I told you guys I'm at the very end of the belt in the sorting section. So the packages come down, and you put all the odd packages on the right, and you put all the even packages on the left, and I grab my packages in between me sorting, and then I scan them, load them into my truck, come back. So I'm always constantly walking away from the belt, coming up to the belt, and in between I sort. I do the sorting. Well, sometimes you can't get to every single box, and she has to help sort. She wasn't helping. She expects me to do it all. So I try to sort every single box. So she started to get pissed off. Why aren't you sorting? And I was like, why aren't you sorting? I'm like, I can't do it all. You got to help me too, But I said it nicely. I said, well, I gotta load my trucks too. And she's like, I get that, John, but down. You have to turn the boxes so everybody can read the number. So you look at the number, go, okay, 159, scan, you put it in the 159 section. And again, sometimes the boxes are coming down so fast. I mean, they're coming down. I mean, Fierce has gotten a lot faster over the year. I mean, over the past year. I used to be super slow, like when I first started. Now I'm super fast. But even being super fast, so it's impossible sometimes to get to every single box. That's why I have the help of the other person on the other side sorting. And she's the only one that has a bad attitude. Like, whenever she doesn't work, there's another girl that works on the other side. Me and her, like, we're really good buddies. She helps me sort. We have a constant flow. It's always her. This one girl has a bad attitude. And again, like I said, it's either her way or the highway. So I continue to load. I continue to sort. And she's the type of person that, like, mumbles stuff, like, underneath. And I'm like, oh, if you got something to say it to my face, I'm like, you want to start some shit? Let's start some shit, Because I hate that when people do that. They're like, like mumbling under their. I'm like, oh, well, you're afraid to say it. Say it to my face, So I just kept ignoring her and ignoring her and ignoring her. And it just kept bubbling up. And she just kept saying stuff underneath her, Then she started lashing out on other people. And I didn't say it out loud, but I'm like, God, this girl is the biggest narcissist bitch I've ever seen in my life. But I said, Fears, at least she's not yelling at you. Yet. The key word is yet. She did eventually, but then she started, like, arguing with other people. She's like, hey, Karen, you're not going fast enough. Again, if you don't do everything perfect, then she's all pissed off. And I admire the girl's passion, because I have passion for my work. I mean, I don't slack off. But that Karen girl, yes, the girl's name is Karen, the girl that she was screaming at. Karen was doing her job. Karen was working fast. Apparently, she wasn't working as fast as that girl, wanted. But in my mind, I'm like, why is she yelling at Karen? Karen's doing her job. Everybody's doing their job. We're working as fast as we possibly can. You know what I'm saying? So she yells at Karen. She comes back and she's like, I have to deal with all these fucking idiots. And you too, John. She goes, you're lazy. And I'm like, and I took it as long as I possibly could. And she just kept digging in deep. And I go, I'm not lazy. And she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, yeah, you are. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, she's really, testing my patience. And I'm like, God, she's just after everyone tonight. She's yelling at me. She's yelling at Karen. So it just kept escalating. And again, a narcissist doesn't like it when you call them on their own shit. So I can't remember what she said that made me lash out, but she just kept bitching and moaning. And then I finally said, my God, do you ever shut the hell up? I said, we're working as hard as we can. She goes, I'll shut the fuck up when you and that other girl start working, John. I said, we are working. And then she called me a bitch, and I was like, okay, it's on. And I'm like, wait, I'm a bitch, and that's why my voice is hoarse, because she's yelling at me, I'm yelling at her. Oh, it was bad, Visions. She called me a cunt bitch, and I was like, you're a cunt bitch also. I mean, it was back and forth. It was back and forth. And I'd say within a minute, 2 minutes, two managers came out of nowhere. I'm yelling at her, she's yelling at me, but she started it. And a manager came and said, I don't care who started it. She goes, hey, you go over there, like to the girl. Hey, Fierce, you go over there. And it took me a good 15 minutes to calm down, because this bitch, and even when I was walking away, she started screaming at that other girl again. She goes, this would have never happened if that Karen girl and Fears would do their damn job. And I turned around and I said, fuck you. At that point, I didn't care. Because I was like, Karen did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And I mean, I was yelling. I haven't yelled and screamed like that in a while. But it felt so good to finally call her out on her own shit, because she is the biggest stuck up bitch narcissist I've ever met in my life. And I'm like, well, maybe now she'll shut the fuck up. And then of course she started the little teary eye bullshit. And then she's like, you're making me cry. And I'm like, good. I said, because you made that other girl cry. She was so lashing out on that Karen girl. That Karen girl started crying, and I didn't cry, but I was pissed. And she's like, you're making me cry, John, like the girl that was yelling at me. And I went, good, I'm glad. Now, I actually didn't mean that, but I was pissed. But I was like, what gives her the right to make that girl cry and then go ballistic on other people and then me? So that's why I lost my voice. So he went, Fears, I know you didn't start it, because there's a million cameras in there. My boss came up to me and said, Fears, I saw the whole thing on the camera. That's why I came quickly. He goes, I know it wasn't your fault. He goes, that girl was completely out of line. And I said, I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for cursing. And he went, Fears, he goes, you did what anyone would have done. And I said, I just couldn't take her shit anymore, man. I said, we're all working hard, and she thinks she's on her fucking high horse, And he goes, I know, Fears. He goes, just take like a 10-minute break, calm down. And he goes, I'm going to separate you guys. And I said, well, why do I have to move? I'm like, she should be sent home. She should be moved. And I said, no one ever talks to me like that. I said, I'm not going to let her be my punching bag, I said, I'm not going to let me be her punching bag. And he goes, yeah, Fears. He goes, you shouldn't deserve that. I said, well, it wasn't just me. I said, she was going ballistic on that Karen girl. And he goes, oh, I know, Fears. He goes, I saw the whole thing. He goes, she's definitely getting written up. Now here's the crazy thing. So I take a 10-minute break, and then I go, and then he put me on the other side, way away from her. I start working, and he went, Fears, I hate to do this. He goes, because you cursed back at her. He's like, you should have just came and got me. I said, well, I was 2 seconds away. He's like, there's a policy that says if you curse at somebody else, you broke the rules too. He goes, even though she started harassing you first, you harassed her back. And he goes, you're not getting fired. He goes, but I have to write both of you up. He goes, but she did admit that she started it. And I went, well, I said, as long as she admitted it. He goes, Fears, he goes, signing this piece of paper means nothing. And I said, well, I don't really want to sign it because I feel like I did nothing wrong. And he goes, the only thing you did wrong was curse back at her. He goes, you should have just came and got me. He goes, and I would have told her to shut the hell up and leave you and Karen alone. I went, well, I'm sorry I didn't do that. I said, he goes, I'll do that next time. And I said, there shouldn't be a next time. I said, keep her the hell away from me and that other girl, I said, I don't want her talking to me. I said, I'm done with her. I said, I tried to be nice. And I even told my boss, I said, I even said good morning to her before the argument started. He goes, Fears, he goes, some people, nothing is, ever good enough. So he's like, I'll make sure she never talks to you or that other girl, or make sure she doesn't talk to anyone on the belt ever again. I went, I and all those other people appreciate that, And he goes, I know you didn't start it. He goes, but you got to sign this. And I went, fine. So I signed it. And I said, so what happens now? He goes, it'll just go on your permanent record of your employment. He goes, but I promise you, you're not getting fired. Because I asked him twice, Visions. I was like, am I getting fired? I said, just tell me now. And he goes, no. He goes, you didn't start it. He goes, you're not going to get fired. I said, what about that girl? I said, she should be fired. I said, I'm not trying to get her fired, but I said she should be fired. And he goes, I'm going to have an intense talk with her. I went, yeah, you probably should. So it was a bad night, and now my voice hurts from yelling. So it was a very, very, very bad night. I walked over to that Karen girl. I went, are you all right? And she goes, I don't know why she was lashing out at me. I said, I don't know why she was lashing out at me. I said, we were both working as hard as we possibly can. And I said, not just you and me. I said, everybody. I said, I don't know if she got frustrated or whatever, but I said, she needs to get off her high horse. I said, she's not that important. I said, no one's important here. I said, we're all at the same level, I said, she's acting like she's queen goddess of, FedEx or whatever. And she has no right to talk to me like that because she's not a manager. She's just a normal worker. But my boss is really cool. He goes, Fears, don't worry about it. He goes, I know you're a good worker. He goes, I know that Karen girl's a good worker. He goes, I'll take care of it. And I said, I appreciate that. He goes, go over here. And I said, well, I'm kind of pissed. I said, I would rather just go home now that she's pissed me off and, start fresh. And he went, Fears, he goes, you don't want to go home. He goes, don't let that girl ruin your night. I said, well, she's kind of already ruined my night. And I said, she's ruined everyone else's night on that belt. And he goes, well, I really need you here, man. And I went, fine. I said, do you mind if I take like a good 10, 15-minute break? So I went to the break room and I had a sandwich and I just cooled off. And then I came back and I got right back to work. Oh, man, but it was a hell of a night. Oh, my God. And then my buddy came over and was like, Fierce, what the hell happened? I said, dude, it wasn't me. And he goes, oh, no. He goes, Fierce, I know it wasn't you. He goes, I was at the very end of the belt, man. He goes, that's the maddest I've ever seen you ever. And I was like, yeah. I said, she got me pretty heated. He goes, dude, I watch your YouTube channel, man. He goes, you got even more mad than you've gotten mad at the trolls. And I was like, it was pretty neck and neck, And he goes, well, Fears, I'm so glad you stood up to that bitch. Because my friends worked there longer than me. And he goes, Fears, I've had to put up with that girl's bullshit for 3 years. He goes, and she's scary, man. He goes, I didn't have the heart to challenge her. I said, dude, no one is going to talk to me like that. I said, that's not going to happen. I said, I didn't do anything wrong. And he goes, well, good for you for standing up for yourself. I said, she's pretty much a stuck-up bitch. I said, and now my voice hurts. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I saw you yelling at her. And I said, I only did that. I said, usually I don't yell at girls because I'm a gentleman. I said, but the only reason why I yelled, I said, she started it. She was going ballistic on me, giving me shit, giving other people shit. And I said, it was a straw that broke the camel's back. And I said, all right, I'm done. What's up, Chicken Wizard? I'm sorry to hear that happened, Fears. Work drama sucks. It does. Work drama is the fucking worst. Oh, my God. So, yeah, Visions, Chicken Wizard, everybody, I had a hell of a night. It was bad. It was bad. So let's hope tonight she doesn't work or she's somewhere else because nobody should, go through that bullshit. So now at work I can't even talk because, it's hard to talk. I almost didn't do this stream for you guys because it's kind of hard to talk, but hopefully in about 3 or 4 days I'll get my voice back. But, oh, God, it was bad. Fears definitely hulked out. I hulked out and then some. I was like, you fucking bitch. It was bad. But it felt great to take that bitch down. Oh, it felt great. Whew. It was bad, though. It was bad. It felt good, though. Felt good. Anyway, I hope everyone had a better night than I did. Anyway, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll let you guys process that. Visions, what do you got to say about all that? A mind fuck. Phew. Crazy. See, now I understand why Visions doesn't like 9 to 5. Visions, good on you for having your own business. You don't ever have to deal with that bullshit. Fear should just open up his own business and say, hey, fuck everybody, fuck work drama, and just work my own hours. Oh my God. I'm like, I don't need this stress. I don't need this fucking bullshit. But Visions, Chicken Wizard, I appreciate your guys' love and support. Hopefully tonight will be a lot better. But at least it wasn't my fault, because I don't start fights. But guess what? Fears sure as hell fucking finished that one last night. I was like, all right, this bitch is going down. So yeah. Then she started fiddly farting around. Oh, I'm sorry. Started all the waterworks and all that bullshit. I'm like, no. I said, you're not gonna turn this on me. I said, you started this. I said, you made my life a living hell. You made that Karen's girl life a living hell. Pretty much everybody on the belt. And when she and me started screaming, it was like right out of a movie, Visions. Everyone was like looking out of the corner of their eye, and I went, oh, great. I'm like, now there's a fucking, scene at work. And I'm like, now everyone's going to be talking behind my back. But at least everybody was on my side. Like when they moved me to a different section just for the night, everyone came up and was like, Fierce, what happened? They're like, usually, like, you're such a nice guy. And I was like, I am a nice guy. I said, just not tonight. I said, that girl went nuts on me and like 4 other people. And I said, I just couldn't take it. And apparently that girl's been there for a long time. And every person that came up to me last night was like, oh yeah, Fears, like we understand why you got mad. Like that girl, she's got the shittiest attitude. I said, I wish they would just fire her, And he goes, oh yeah, Fears, we've had to put up with her. So every person that came up to me was on my side, said, oh yeah, Fears, we know which girl you're talking about. She's a fucking bitch. And I was like, oh really? I'm like, so she's done this before with other people? And then he goes, oh yeah. He goes, she loves picking fights. She's a narcissist. She's like fucking crazy. And so I was hearing all the backstory. So at least the good news is I told the manager, I'm like, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. She's dead to me. I don't want her talking to me. Keep her the hell away from me. I said, I'm done. I said, I was even trying to be nice to her. I said, this is the second time we've gotten into an argument. I don't need this drama. I don't need this bullshit. I said, I've got enough problems in my life. I said, I'm trying to, get over my dad's death, which is very hard. I said, I'm trying to fulfill my dream. I said, I'm trying to work hard. I'm trying to get a promotion. And I said, I don't need this stress, And he went, got it, Fears. He goes, I'm totally on your side. He goes, I know you didn't start it. He goes, just take 10 minutes and then get right back on the job. I said, yes, sir. I took about 10, 15 minutes, had a sandwich, had a drink, went to the bathroom, and I went, all right, fuck you, bitch. And I got right back on the job. Oh, my Lord, it was bad. It was bad. All right, I'm going to go use the restroom, process all that, talk amongst yourselves. Thoughts, comments, Vision, Chicken Wizard, everybody, put them in the chat right now, but just go ahead and study this epic coffee while I'm gone. This is pretty good. I've never had this. It's a new coffee. I tried it. Pretty damn good. Go ahead and study it. I'll be right back. I need to go potty. All right, I'm back. All right. All right. All right, back. Well, that's all the bad news. But the good news is time for a review. Oh man, this was good. Let's see. Can we get your work friend on, the one who watches your videos, for a third-person perspective? You know what, Visions? I would, but like he's kind of like a guy that's like off the grid. I asked him, I said, when we first became friends, I was like, hey, man, you want to follow all my social medias? And he's like, oh, Fears. He's like, I don't do any of that bullshit. I went, nothing? I'm like, a Facebook, an Instagram. He goes, Fears? Nothing. So I would Visions, but he doesn't have any social media. He goes, Fears, the only thing I have on my phone, I text. I've got a couple of games on my phones. I've got a couple of apps. He goes, but I don't do nothing. I said, so how do you watch my videos? He goes, I just write, Fears Man 26. He goes, I don't even have a YouTube account. He goes, I just watch YouTube videos for free. He goes, you can watch YouTube. I said, oh yeah. I said, I know you. I know you don't have to have an account. He goes, Fears, I literally just sign in. Or he goes, I don't even sign in. He goes, I just write Fears Man 26, Fears Vlogs, and then click the next video and watch it, and then, go about my day. And I went, well, I'm like, fair enough, buddy, to each their own. He goes, yeah, I don't do any of that online crap. So I would Visions, but he does no social media. So yeah. Oh God, my voice hurts so bad. But Visions, I'll give you his perspective. He was on my side, totally, 100%. He goes, Fears, I watched the whole thing go down. He goes, everybody did. He goes, she was completely in the wrong. And I said, dude, I'm a gentleman. I said, I usually don't yell at girls, but I said, you saw that she just kept giving me shit. And I said, I'm a hard worker. He goes, Fears. He goes, I'm glad that you lashed out at her and not me. He goes, I would have lashed out on her too. So Visions, his perspective was that, everybody last night knew it was her fault. She even admitted to the managers that, yeah, I started it. So I don't know if she's going to get fired. I don't know if she's going to get in trouble. They said they're going to have a long talk with her. So I don't know. We'll see. But see, I'm the type of guy, I don't want any drama at work. I hope she doesn't get fired. I said, to solve the problem, keep her the hell away from me. I'm like, I don't want her talking to me. I'm like, because she has nothing but negative vibes. An evil person would be like, oh yeah, I hope she gets fired. That's not me. You guys know I'm not evil. I said, I hope she doesn't get fired. Yeah, talk to her, but just keep her the hell away from me. The best way to solve that problem is just don't talk to the person. But I try to get along with everybody. That's the first time I've never been able to get away. That's the first time I've never. Usually, I've been working since I think my first job, I was 17, 18, working at McDonald's till about now that I'm 39. That's the first time I've ever got into a shouting battle with an employee, ever. Because she crossed many lines, and I was like, I'm done. Yo, what's up, heroes? Good to see you. So it was bad. Anyway, that's all the bad stuff. So let's move on. But I thought, because I knew, I was like, well, I probably should tell them. I said, because they're going to know, Visions in my mind. I thought, oh, well, they're going to wonder why my voice is like this, So I said, I'll just tell them. Ask her out on a date. Oh, Lord. Visions, I know you're joking, buddy. I know you're trying to make light of the situation, and I appreciate that. She would be, I would rather be gay than to date that girl that yelled at me. Now, I'm not gay. I was joking around, but there's no way in God's green earth I would ever ask her out on a date. But I knew that I had to tell you guys, because at first I was like, well, I won't tell them, but I was like, well, they're going to wonder why my voice is like this. And I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm like, I'll just give them the 10-second version. So that's pretty much the 10-second version of what happened. So, yeah. Anyway, because you guys know I usually don't talk like this. So I was like, there's no way that I can't tell them, because I said the minute I start the stream, they're going to be like, hey, Fears, why is your voice like that, And then you guys know I'm not good at lying. And I'm like, well, I don't lie to my fans anymore, Because let's say I didn't tell you guys, let's say I didn't tell you what happened, and someone was like, hey, Fears, why is your voice like that? I'd be like, oh, I lost my voice at work. Then people would be like, oh, well, what happened, And again, I don't lie. I have no reason to lie. It wasn't my fault. You know? So yeah, but that was funny, Visions. Ask her out on a date. You know what? Maybe I should. I'm inspired. I think I will. Psych. Anyway, time for this review. Did everybody do their homework? I told everybody to watch this. Visions, did you watch this? Let me know. If not, that's okay. I watched it. You know what? I got a very John Carpenter The Fog vibe. Even though John Carpenter did not write it, I got a John Carpenter The Fog vibe because it's called The Mist. And Stephen King, hello, the horror master Stephen King. I love his books. I love his movies. I watched it last night. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Visions, what did you think? What did you think? Did you get a John Carpenter's The Fog vibe? That's what I got. I got a John Carpenter's The Fog vibe because even though it was made and written by Stephen King, the master of horror, like it's a split between John Carpenter's a master of horror and suspense, but also Stephen King is. I mean, Stephen King gave me so many nightmares, but like good nightmares though. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are probably thinking like, well, Fears, no nightmare is a good nightmare. What I mean by that is I have read so many Stephen King's books and I've watched so many Stephen King books that have been turned into movies. I'm like, it's worth the nightmares. Like when I watched The Shining, like when I was 16, 17, I was like, I know I'm going to have a nightmare after watching that fucking movie. I had a nightmare. But I was like, I don't even care that I had a nightmare. The Shining is a great fucking movie. I had a nightmare after I watched Stephen King's, It, with the clown and all that. Tim Curry's performance as Pennywise is legendary. And I was like, I don't give a shit if I have nightmares after this movie. I'm like, that movie's fucking great. That's what I mean by that, you know what I'm saying? But this movie, I had heard of it, but I've never read the book of this one, excuse me, and I've never seen the movie until last night. But I bought it a few days ago at Walmart, and it's got Thomas Jane in it. Thomas Jane was in the 2004 Punisher Marvel movie, and you guys know I fucking love the Punisher. He's my favorite he's not a superhero. He's my favorite anti-hero. Basically, an anti-hero is he means well, and he does good things, but he also does bad things. Like the Punisher is no sweet little angel. The Punisher kills people, but he kills the right people. He kills like murderers, drug dealers, sadists, like evil pieces of shit. Gangsters that like kill people. And he's like, oh, what? You killed my family? Well, guess what? You done fucked up. I'm gonna kill all of you motherfuckers. Because I would do the same thing. If anyone killed my mom or my brother or Enzo, my dog, I'd be like, oh, it's fucking on. It would be John Fears, the Punisher, part deuce. Here I fucking come, you motherfuckers. That's right. So yeah. So I love Thomas Jane's performance as the Punisher. So as soon as I saw him on the cover, I was like, oh, this will be good. But I got a very like John Carpenter's The Fog vibe, because they don't call it the fog, but it's like this foggy mist, and all sorts of evil shit happens within the first probably like 20 minutes. Like the first 20 minutes, it's kind of normal, but as soon as he gets to the supermarket, all hell breaks loose. Vision says, yes, there was even the Thing poster towards the beginning. I saw that. Yeah. So Thomas Jane's character, he's an artist, and he's from LA, and then him and his wife and his family moved to this small town, and he paints movie posters like for a living. So he'll paint a portrait, and then they turn his portrait into a movie poster. That's his gig. And I guess the director loves John Carpenter's The Thing because at the start of the film he's sitting and he's painting, and then Visions is right, way in the left hand corner behind his painting that he's doing, way in the left hand corner. I saw the John Carpenter's Thing poster, but it doesn't say The Thing on it. Visions. It just has the image of the guy in the winter coat with his hands like this, like the front cover of The Thing. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. It looks like, but it wasn't just a poster. It was like a painting. And I was like, that's a pretty cool painting. But I said, I guess the director likes a little John Carpenter. So that's what I got. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Vision said it felt like Maximum Overdrive meets H.P. Lovecraft. I've never heard of Lovecraft. Let's watch a trailer, shall we? I've never heard of Lovecraft. All right. Well, Visions. I got the fog feeling because it's in the mist and there was fog everywhere and there was like evil creatures like coming out of the fog. So that's why I got a John Carpenter. But I can see a little bit of Maximum Overdrive because in Maximum Overdrive they're stuck in a restaurant like gas station and there's a whole bunch of evil outside. Kind of the same thing. Like he goes to the grocery store with his son. And all of a sudden, this crazy old guy like runs in and says, "You guys got to shut the door, like somebody killed my friend," and like pulled him into the mist. And everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "I swear to God," he goes, "I'm not even kidding. Like, lock the door," he goes, "or we're gonna die." And so they lock the doors of the grocery store, and then all hell breaks loose. And I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but first, let's watch this. Let's watch this trailer because. Visions, I've seen Maximum Overdrive, and Maximum Overdrive is phenomenal. Oh my God, Stephen King, I salute you. I love Maximum Overdrive, but I've never seen Lovecraft. And he says H.P. Lovecraft was an author. A bunch of movies have been made from his story. He's an older fellow. Okay. Oh, wait. So H.P. Lovecraft, it's not a movie. He's an author. Okay, well, hang on. Let me close YouTube then because I was about to, like, try and find a movie trailer. Well, you know what? Real quick, let's go to Google and let's read a bio about H.P. Lovecraft because I've never even heard of him. Okay, so he's an American writer. Howard Phillips Lovecraft was an American writer of weird science fiction, fantasy, and horror fiction. He's best known for his creation of the Chillomilos, born in Providence, Rhode Island. Oh, that's cool. I've never been to Rhode Island. He spent most of his life in New England writing science fiction, fantasy, horror, but he's best known for his horror fiction books. And he said, and then it says, such classics like At the Mountains of Madness, The Cats, The Shadow over Inner Mouth. So I've never heard of these. The Outsider is another book he wrote. The Case of Charles Dexter, The Nameless City. So he wrote a lot. The Whisper in the Darkness, The Rats in the Wall, The Temple, From Beyond, The Hound. Oh my Lord, he wrote a lot. Tales of Horror, The Festival. I've never heard of any of these, but he's got a lot on his resume, so that's pretty cool. I've never heard of him though, Visions, but. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that he was like a popular writer and like that was just some of his writings. I mean, I just started reading some up and I was like, damn, he wrote a lot. So I admire that. Like the guy had a passion, and he was just cranking out that science fiction horror shit. So yeah. But anyway, so Visions, if you had to grade it, everybody who's seen it, one being the best, 10 being, I'm sorry, one being the worst, 10 being the best, Fears is going to give it about a 7. It did have some flaws, you know. Um, I didn't like that he killed his son at the end. That's not cool. You never give up on family. Like they're sitting there. That was the worst scene for me. They're sitting there. They tried to escape all the creatures in the mist. They said if we drive enough, maybe we'll escape. Well, if he would have just kept driving, and then he runs out of gas. If they would have just got out of the car and kept running, a few minutes later, the military arrives and saves the day. Well, before the military arrives, he said we got four bullets left, and he's like, well, he goes, there's 5 people, including me, and then everyone said, well, I'll stay alive, and then he goes, no, 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 I'll figure something out, I'll kill myself. He goes, you guys should go. So he one by one kills everybody, including his son, and then he gets out and he starts screaming like at the creatures, come on, take me, kill me now, kill me now. And then all of a sudden the mist clears away, and then he realizes that the army is there, and I'm like, oh shit, man, I feel so bad for that guy. He just killed his son. It was a crazy ending though, because I'm like, dude, if the guy would have waited just a couple of more minutes, him and his son and all of his friends would have made it. So I didn't like the ending. Vision says the ending was the best part. It was crazy. Well, Visions, to each their own. I don't like when they kill kids in movies. That's just, and I felt bad for the guy. I was like, damn, he's a father. If he would have just waited just a couple more minutes, he would have made it. And basically, what it's about is he moves from LA to this small kind of Rhode Island-ish type of town, very small. There's like 1,000 people, and he even though he's a big time shot like Hollywood guy, he wanted to get away from LA, and he goes, well, I'm still gonna do my movie posters and make money. I'm just gonna do it in a small kind of country house in Rhode Island. Or they never say where he lives, but it has a Rhode Island kind of feel to it. And then because it's such a small town, he hears rumors that the army and all these scientists are doing all these experiments in the mountains. But the town really doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And apparently what happened was the scientists and the military, the scientists were working with the military, and they were trying to do first contact with aliens. So really the aliens are these monsters from another world, and what they were trying to do, instead of travel to their planet, they were trying to open a portal to another world in the universe. And they actually did, and they thought it was going to be a nice, first encounter, kind of like E.T. Oh no, these creatures, they want blood, and they are all about just killing humans. And some of the creatures are little bugs, and some of the creatures are like 300 foot tall, as tall as a building or some shit. So, him and his neighbor are not the best friends, and he said, well, we just had a big storm, and he goes, we probably should exchange, insurance information because your tree fell on my, what was it, Visions? It was his boathouse, right? Or his barn or whatever. I couldn't remember it. Oh, no, it wasn't a barn. It was like a boat, a boathouse that kept the boat in there on the dock or something, right, Visions? It was something like that. And so the guy's like, well, my car got destroyed. He's like, do you mind giving me a ride into town? Like I need some supplies from the grocery store and the pharmacy. And he's like, yeah, sure. So they get in the car, and he's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "I know we've had our differences, but I really appreciate you. Give me a ride into town." So they're at the grocery store, and that's when, like, they're shopping for about, I don't know what, Visions, 5, 6 minutes. And then that's when that crazy old guy runs in and is like, "You'll never believe what happened." He goes, "I was out and about. My friend got killed, and some, like, tentacle, like scooped up my friend in the mist." He's like, "Close the fucking doors. You guys have got to lock the fucking doors, or these things will kill you." So so they think they're safe in there, but then all of a sudden, this batshit, like, crazy lady thinks it's like the end of times, the end is coming, and she just starts spewing out all this, like God stuff, and that I didn't mind, because I am a Christian myself. But then she started, like, picking sides. That I don't agree with, because as a Christian, she should have worked all together. But she was, like, batshit crazy, and she's like, "No, we have to sacrifice ourselves." A Christian would never sacrifice anyone. That's not what we're all about. But she's like, "No, the hand of God, like he's mad at us. We must kill ourselves, and only the powerful will survive, and da 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 da." And I'm just watching this, and I'm like, Visions, this lady is batshit fucking crazy, out of her mind. You know what I'm saying? So one thing leads to another. A couple people die, and then a small group of people try to, like, get out. And again, you guys know the ending. The ending was, at least for me, it was pretty bad. It was hard to watch the ending, but if I had to pick my favorite scene, probably my favorite scene, Visions and everybody else, is when the creatures do get into the grocery store, and Thomas Jane's character and everybody else is, like, fighting them off, and, like, they're lighting them on fire, they're shooting the creatures, and all hell is broken loose. That's my favorite scene. That's a pretty good scene. But the worst scene, I just did not like the end. I don't like when people kill children in movies. Like, that's just too much. Because I want to be a dad someday, and I'm like, why kill a child, in a movie? It just rubs me the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, nah. I'm like, there's no need for all that, So yeah, he chose to end his son's life quickly than to have his son. No, yeah, now that I understand, Visions, but I just wish, because it's kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Now, I understand why he killed his son and his friends, because he doesn't want to get eaten by, the aliens. And he goes, "Well, I'll sacrifice myself." I'm like, I'll shoot my friends and my family, make it a quick death. But then when I see the military Visions, I'm like, damn it, that sucks. If he would have just waited like 2 minutes, then him and his friends and his son would have been saved. So that's what I didn't like. I was like, damn, it wasn't a happy ending, Like, he went through all that shit to kill all the creatures, and he saved his son, and then damn, He chose to end his son's life quickly than to have his son eaten by a spider alien in a slow, painful manner. He was going to sacrifice himself to save his son. Yeah, I mean, now that's an honorable thing. Now, I do agree with that. That's honorable. But I hated that now he has to live, a life all by himself. Like, his wife died. Like, they drive to his house to see if he can save his wife, and the aliens have already killed his wife, and he saw his wife's dead body. So I was like, well, at least he has his son, and you think he's gonna make it. You think him, his son, and all of his friends in the car are gonna make it, and then they see this 300-foot monster, and they're like, we're never gonna escape this. We should just end it. And then 2 minutes later, the army is, like, walking through, the mist clears, because they're killing every single alien, and they're, like, flame throwing, everything, and they're trying to clean it up, because the army and these scientists are the ones responsible, and so they close the portal, and they're like, we're never opening this portal ever again. And they said we shouldn't even have fucked with this portal. But yeah, so it's a great. I don't know, Visions. Like, I can make it. He goes, my car's right there, and they're like, well, at least tie a rope around you. And he gets about 200 feet, and then when they start to pull the rope back, the rope goes from a white rope to nothing but bloody. Pretty much an alien had bit him from head to about his waist, and they pull back his legs. And I'm like, damn. So that was probably the best death of the movie. That, like, I don't know. What do you think, Visions? The best death, in my opinion, I think the best death was the biker guy, the guy with the leather jacket. He got eaten from his head to his waist, and pretty much they just pull his legs back. And I was like, damn. That, and you don't see his death. You see his death off camera, but then when they pull the rope back, all you see is his legs and all this blood and stuff. And I'm like, oh shit. You know, so for me, that was the best death. It was a pretty good movie, but I just didn't like how, you know, the ending was. But yeah, so that's my analysis. If I had to grade it, probably a 7 out of 10. Visions, what would you give it? What would you give it? 1 through 10. Everybody grade it for me. Put your grade in the chat. Let's see. I like it when the MP fell from the webs and exploded with. Oh yeah. That was a pretty good one too. This military police officer, he is filled to the brim with all these like spiders inside him, and they start just protruding out of his face, protruding out of his chest, and then all of a sudden he falls. And when he falls, his like body explodes. There's blood everywhere, and all these tiny spiders are crawling all over the floor. And as you guys know, what does Fears hate? The two animals that I hate the most. Spiders. Like, I could barely sit through Arachnophobia. You know that movie? And again, Arachnophobia, it's a good movie, but man, I was like, there's so many fucking spiders in that movie. Fucking creepy crawlers and shit. I don't care about any other insect. I just cannot take spiders and fucking massive fucking snakes. Oh my god, I hate snakes. I don't dislike spiders. I'm sorry. I don't hate spiders. I just strongly dislike spiders. I hate snakes though. Oh god, they creep me the hell out. I fucking hate snakes. I really like the story, and it could have been really great, but I didn't think the acting was very good, and it was the era of film where the CGI is cartoonish. Yeah, the CGI, I'll be honest, Vision, I agree with you. Huh? The CGI was good, but it could have been a little bit better. So yeah. And that tends to take me out of it. I totally agree. Some of the CGI was good, and other parts I was like, what the fuck? Now, like, the practical effects were great. Like, you know, like when they go into the pharmacy and all the dead bodies are like in the ceiling, like all in the cobwebs. Well, those were all like fake, you know, props of people. And they hired one of the best horror movie makeup guy, that Greg Nicotero guy that does like The Walking Dead, because I watched all the behind the scenes. And I was like, dude, Greg Nicotero, he's done Dawn of the Dead, he's done Walking Dead, I'm like, he's done Day of the Dead, the third George Romero movie. So I loved all the practical effects. But yeah, some of the CGI was like kind of crap. It felt like it was made for TV almost. It had an odd feel to the filming style. I was surprised it was the same director as Shawshank and Green Mile. Yeah, I love Green Mile, and I love the Shawshank Redemption. The big-ass monster alien at the end looked amazing. Yes, that monster, yeah, like Visions. I was telling everybody, and you just heard it. They look up, like out of the car, right? And they see this, it's like 1,000 feet up in the air. You know, at first I said 300 feet. No. I think I misinterpreted that. It's probably 1,000 feet up. It's got these massive fucking legs going like this. And they're all like looking out the car window like, oh, holy shit. Like that. They don't say holy shit, but they're just like, probably thinking in their minds like, we're so fucked right now. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. Like in their situation, I would have been like shitting my pants because they're looking right, and then it's just they go from this to that, and the monster is epic. It looks cool. It's fucking huge. I don't know how big, but at least 1,000 feet up in the air. That's probably why they were like, all right, we're done. We're just gonna kill ourselves. But yeah, some of the CGI, I totally agree with Visions. Could have been a little bit better, but Visions, if you had to grade it 1 through 10, I gave it about a 7. It wasn't the best movie, but it was still all right. It was still enjoyable. It's definitely an enjoyable watch, but not the best watch I've ever seen. But it was still pretty good. Still pretty good. Oh man. Well, hopefully I don't have to talk that much tomorrow or tonight at work. You know. So yeah. So my work shift is I had to work last night. I work tonight, and then I work tomorrow. Oh wait. I worked last night, tonight. So Wednesday's my last day of the week, and then I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think Sunday off, you know? So yeah. 6.5 out of 10. That's pretty decent. It's like, and I totally agree with Visions. And Visions, I'm not just agreeing with you because we're friends. I'm agreeing with you because I feel the same. It's right in the middle. It's not bad, but it's not good by any means. Because I do agree with Visions. Some of the CGI is alright, but some of the CGI, it's like watching a cartoon, you know? And I think practical effects are way better because Visions, you got to admit, when they go to the pharmacy, that's a really cool scene too. There's fucking cobwebs everywhere, and there's these gigantic spiders that have like pretty much took over the pharmacy. And they've killed like at least 10, 13 people, and they're all on the wall with webs all over them, and they've got spiders coming out of their mouth, spiders coming out of their nose, out of their ear. Then there's people like in the ceiling, and they don't see it right away because they go over to the pharmacy to get some medical supplies. And then all of a sudden, they start to reveal the bodies in there one by one, and I'm like, oh shit, they just walked into spider heaven, you know, a nightmare. And they start killing these alien spiders left and right. The spiders shoot out this like acid string at them. It's pretty nuts. Pretty damn nuts, you know. So, I totally agree with Vision. 6.57. That's a pretty good rating. Anyway. Well, there it is. Another one for the books, guys. Another classic Fears review. Another horror movie in the collection. But does the collection ever stop? No, it never stops. The collection, more movies, more television. I'm almost done with season 9 of MASH. So hopefully by tonight or tomorrow we're rolling into season 10, and then Fears will have one more season because they had 11 seasons of MASH. And then I'll do that review. But so far, I've definitely been enjoying MASH 4077. Probably the next one I'll probably watch. It's either going to be it's either going to be Coach or Battlestar Galactica, because I did watch the first episode of this. The first episode, it's kind of hard to like I think the first episode was way too long. The first episode was like almost 3 hours long. It was like 2 hours and some like change. So I fell asleep. I watched a little bit of it. Then I had to go back and rewatch it. I get the gist, but it was way too long for a pilot. You know what I'm saying? So I'll either watch all of this, because there's only 2 seasons. Now, I know they've remade Battlestar Galactica, but this is like the very first one ever that came out in the 70s. So we'll see. So it's either going to be this one. I've never heard of this. My friend suggests this. He goes, Fears, I can't believe you've never heard of Coach. I'm like, never heard of it. Don't know what it is. I'm like, obviously it's about a coach and his adventures coaching a football team. But I'm like, that's news to me. And he goes, Fears, you didn't watch that with your dad? I'm like, me and my dad watched a lot of stuff. But I said, I guess this one was a show that my dad wasn't into. I said, and this one, went right by Fears. So we'll see. It's going to be one of these two. But eventually I'm going to get to all this bullshit, And now I've got another one. The other day I just bought That 70s Show because I've only seen like 3 episodes of that. I've never watched it all the way through, but I know what it is. It's got Ashton Kutcher in it, and it's got Ashton Kutcher's hot smoking wife in it. She is hot. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, all right. Man, my voice is so, oh God. Oh man. Well, thanks a lot, you fucking bitch, for getting Fears angry and making me lose my voice. Oh, you fucking bitch. Oh my God. Oh, it's so scratchy. Oh Lord. Well, tonight at work, I'm just going to tell my boss, unless I have to speak to someone, I'm just going to keep quiet tonight and just do my job. And he was like, Fears, that's what I would probably do. I said, because when I left this morning, he goes, Fears, your voice doesn't sound good. I'm like, you think? I'm like, dude, my voice is hanging on by a thread. It sounds like I'm an 80-year-old man. Hi, guys, what's up? It's bad. Oh, Lord. It hurts to talk a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Anyway. But anything for the fans. Excuse me. Anything for the fans. The show must go on. Fears tries not to miss a stream, Stream. Vlogs. Footage. In theater and in film. What's that epic quote, Visions? The show must go on. Yes. Fears has done theater. I've done film. Always never disappoint the fans. Always never disappoint the audience. And the show must continue on. The show must go on. Even if a psycho, crazed bitch goes nuts on Fears, the show must go on. Even though Fears' voice is 0 and it hurts, the show must go on. Whew. All right. Another one in the bank. Another one in the Fears collection. Now, Visions, I'm going to tell you something, and I told everybody. My friend at work was like, Fears, I got a bone to pick with you. And this was before the big argument. So we're standing there about to get our work assignments last night, and he goes, Fears, I got a bone to pick with you. And I said, I said, what? He goes, I'm not mad at you, Fears. He goes, but you've got to watch this movie. He goes, you keep telling the fans you're going to watch the movie. And I said, listen, buddy, I said, I know what you're about to say, because I knew what movie he was talking about, Visions. And he goes, Fears, he goes, I want to see your review, man. He goes, I love your fucking live streams. And I was like, well, do you like the vlogs? And he goes, yeah. He goes, Fears, you haven't done one in a while. I said, I know. I said, I've been kind of depressed. I said, I'm trying to get back to the vlogs. And he goes, I get it, Fears. He goes, just try and put out as much content. And he goes, you don't want to, let the fans down. I said, the fans understand what I've been going through. I said, they understand. I said, and I looked at my friend and said, do you know the reason why they understand? I said, I talk with them almost every day. I hang out with them almost every day, I said, they know that I've been bummed about, the loss of my dad for a long time. I said, they know that I get lonely sometimes because it's just me. It's just me down here. And I said, I haven't had a date in 4 years. Anyone will Fears, that's not your fault. He goes, I know you've been trying. I said, I have been trying. I said, I've been doing both. Sometimes I don't try. Sometimes I do try. I said, I don't want to die alone. I said, it's just, I said, and it's frustrating when you try, and then no girl will give you a chance, I'm like, I'm a nice guy. I've got a lot to offer a potential, partner. And then my friend was like, I know you do, Fears. And then he goes, I'm not mad at you, Fears, but he goes, I've got a bone to pick with you. And I said, all right, what's up? He goes, Fears, when in the absolute fuck are we going to see some battle truck? And I started laughing, Visions. And I was like, look, I said, I haven't bought it yet, but I said I will. I said, I'll get on some Battle Truck. And went, Fierce, even your fucking friend Visions watched it before you. He goes, and he didn't like the fucking movie. I said, I know he didn't like. I said, and then I looked at him, Visions. I said, well, I said, that's not true. I said, Visions said it was okay. He gave it about a 6. I said, but I told my friend Visions, I said, Visions didn't like it, but he didn't hate it. He said it was just kind of a nah, it was kind of an okay. Because Visions, I stuck up for you. I told my friend, I said, that's not true. I said, Visions just thought it was okay. He said it had a few good scenes. He goes, but it just wasn't fully his cup of tea, you know? And then my friend went, oh, I thought he hated it. I said, no, I said he didn't hate it. He just didn't, like, he was in the middle. He was kind of 50-50 on it. And he goes, Fears, you've been ranting and raving about this fucking movie. And I said, well, I discovered it. I said, the guy that made another horror movie that I like, I said, when I was watching the bonus features, I found out that he also directed Battle Truck. And so I promise you guys, I'm going to get around to it because I watched the trailer, and the trailer looks fucking hilarious. So I'll get to it. Hey, Kate, what's up? Kate says, I just got back from the gym. What a treat to see you live. Well, Kate, it's always a treat to see you and Visions and all the loving and loyal fans. I appreciate all you guys that tune in. Before I go, I'm going to do some top 10, but tonight's assignment. What should Fears watch tonight? Let's see. I'm looking over here. There's a lot to choose from. What should I watch tonight? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. You know what, Visions? Since I did a horror movie last night, let's not do a horror movie tonight. Let's do something else. Let's see. You know what? I'm in the mood for a superhero movie. Let me go pick one. All right, I think this is it. Fears is going to watch some Shazam Part 2. Now, I did see this in the theaters, but I have yet to see the Blu-ray with all of the amazing bonus features. So, I think I'm going to watch this tonight. I'm going to review it tomorrow. Visions, if I watch a second movie, I'll let you know. But as far as I know, I think Fears is going to do some editing. I'm going to relax and give my voice a rest. And I'm going to watch some Shazam tonight and review it tomorrow. So, yeah. But I'm glad that everyone watched The Mist. Again, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not good. It's kind of in the middle. Would Fears recommend this? If you like sci-fi and horror, then at least you'll get a giggle out of it, you know? Because it's not the best sci-fi horror, but it's okay. It was an okay watch. It wasn't a good watch, but it was an okay watch. Like I said, I gave it about a 7. Visions gave it a 6.5. So it's kind of in the middle. So yeah. So Visions, everybody else, if you want to chime in on tomorrow's review, watch Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I'm going to watch this tonight. Watch it, embrace it, love it, enjoy it. And we'll do a good review tomorrow. That's right. Kate, I'm glad you had a good workout at the gym. I'm sorry I lost my voice. So that's why my voice is kind of hoarse, Kate. So, yeah. All right. Time for the top 10s. Another top 10s. People seem to enjoy these. Visions that these top 10s are going to be hard because Fears has went on many vacations over the years. My dad used to get tons of frequent flyer miles with his company, so he would just save a lot of them. And then he'd be like, hey guys, time for another epic vacation. And I was like, oh yeah? I'm like, where are we going this time, Dad? He went, he goes, I've got a master plan, John. He goes, just you wait. And I'm like, oh sweet, Dad. I'm like, where are we going, you know? So yeah. Kate says, I hope you feel better. Oh, I'm fine, Kate. Just I lost my voice, and it's a little hoarse. But let's hope by tomorrow or the next day my voice comes back, because it kind of hurts to talk. But trust me, Kate. I've been in worse pain. Kate, I got into a car accident 2 years ago. That's the worst pain I've ever been in. Ask Visions. Ask everybody else. That was the worst pain. Like, I was like, if I die today, I wouldn't care, because that's how bad the pain was. Now, again, I don't want to die, but the pain was so bad. Kate, I kid you not, sitting down and getting up and walking to the bathroom and walking back, it was like climbing Mount Everest. It hurt so bad. Oh, God, it was the worst pain ever. Whew. I'm so glad I will never have that pain. Or, well, fingers crossed, hopefully I'll never have that pain ever again. I don't wish that pain even on my worst enemies. That pain was so bad. Wow, was it a serious car crash? Oh, it was, Kate. I almost died. I would think that, but it wasn't my fault though. But I was in the hospital for 14 days. They had to cut me open, and it wasn't just one thing, Kate. It was I was bleeding internally. A piece of metal went into my stomach. That metal like nicked an artery, so they had to repair the artery. It ruptured my stomach and like killed it killed a portion of my I can't remember. It was either it killed a portion of my small intestines or my large intestines, and the doctor was like, well, after I pull out the piece of metal, after I stitch the artery, he goes, I'm going to have to cut out that dead cell and take your intestines and stretch it together and sew it together so you don't wear a bag for the rest of your life. And I said, yeah, I really don't want to wear a bag for the rest of my life. And then she's like, well, having a scar on your stomach is better than wearing a bag, John. Trust me. I said, yeah, I said, let me be like Frankenstein and have as many scars on my stomach. I don't care. Just, I don't want a bag on my side. And she goes, yeah, that's the worst. And I said, I'm sure you have to like wear that bag and then detach the bag and then put a new bag on. I was like, I don't want any of that crap. And she's like, I'm just letting you know it's going to be a pretty big scar. I said, scar away. I don't care. But see, Kate, I'm the type of guy, now I can joke around about it. Like I told Vision, I said, Visions, I didn't even get into a car wreck. Fears got into a knife fight, and somebody like took a Bowie knife and stabbed me in the gut. And yeah, man, I won, the knife fight, and I took that Crizzle Gangster homie rapper down. And then Visions was like, Fears, you're so full of shit. And I was like, yeah, I am. I was just joking around. I didn't get into a knife fight. But see, at least I can joke around about it, And then Visions laughed, Kate, and then I laughed, and then everybody else was laughing, and then we had a good time. Just picture Fears in a knife fight, and that'll make you lose your mind. It's making me lose my mind right now. I'm laughing about it. Let's see. Kate says, I know what you mean. I was taking care of a friend a few months ago who was having a medical emergency, and she was begging to die. She was in so much pain. Well, here's the thing. I wasn't begging to die, and I never said it out loud, but in my mind, I was like, Jesus, God, I'll see you in about 5 minutes. The pain is so unbearable. I'm ready to go hang out with my grandpa Fears in heaven because I'm in fucking mortal pain. It was so bad. Let's see. Show her the nose tube video. Oh yeah. Visions, that was nuts. It felt so weird. So, Kate, I can't remember Visions, do you remember what I called the video? I don't remember what I called the video. I think it's on my TikTok, right, Visions? Or did I put that, wait. Did I put it on my YouTube? No, I think I put it on my TikTok and my YouTube. So, Kate, they had to put this hose, like, up my nose, and it went up and then down my throat. And then when it was time to take the tube out, I had the nurse. I said, can you hold this? And she filmed me, and I just started pulling the tube out, and it was so long. Kate, it was like a mile-long, like, tube. It was insane. And it was so gross. It had all these boogers on it. It was pretty gross. You may not want to see it, Kate. And Fears just kept pulling it out. It was so long. but that's one of Vision's like favorite favorite videos I've done. I'll be honest, Visions, I'm not judging you because we're buddies. Why is that your favorite video or one of your favorite videos? At first, it didn't hurt to pull the tube out. Towards the end, it hurt. So I'm pulling it, and then I guess because it went up through my throat and out my nose, and I pulled it out. When I got to about here, it kind of hurt to pull it out, but I was so relieved to pull out that tube. When I pulled that tube out, I was so relieved. I could totally see it. I have a strong stomach. Well, even if you have a strong stomach, Kate, I don't know if you want to see it, but I told Visions, I have to film this. I said, because it was pretty hilarious. It was a mile-long tube, and I was like, I wonder if the fans will like this. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'll film it anyway. It was pretty nuts. It was pretty nuts. I'm so glad that I made a total recovery, and the fans, the fans were giving me, Kate, this was before you became a fan. I can't thank my loving and loyal fans enough. When I was going through all that, all my fans were sending me good vibes. They're like, Fierce, we're so glad you didn't die. We're so glad that you're feeling better. It was an abundance of I love positive vibes. I love positive energy. It was nothing but positive vibes, energy, good thoughts, prayers, blessings. It was fucking amazing. And I love you guys for helping me through that rough time in my life because you guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. I really do. I really do love you guys, love my loving and loyal fans from the bottom of my heart. Can't thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. Cheers to you guys. Oh, yes, this is my Dave and Buster's cup, the one that me and Randall won so long ago. I haven't busted it out in quite a long time, Visions. I thought, you know what the fuck? I'll just, I'll bust out an old classic, Kate says, well, I'm sorry that happened to you. Well, I appreciate that, Kate, but no need to be sorry. It was, things happen in life. You just got to deal with it, That's kind of like the beauty of life. Things happen. You just have to kind of fucking roll with it. You have to roll with the punches. And yeah, I was out of work for 2 months because I had to rest for about 2 months, and I lost so much weight. I was so skinny. It was starting to get, because they wouldn't let me eat for 14 days. All I could eat was ice shavings and water. And they said, until you pass a bowel, Fears. And I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to pass a bowel if I got no food in me? I said, food generates into poop. I'm not trying to gross anyone out. It just does, And they're like, oh, Fears, don't worry. Your body will naturally form a bowel movement. And I went, all right, whatever you say. And oh God, it was nuts. I mean, I don't want to get into the, into the, the dirty details. But I remember I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, come on. Pass that fucking bowel so I can have a goddamn hamburger. Finally, one little turd nugget. Yes, Fears just said a little turd nugget. A turd nugget came out, and I was like, is that enough? And a nurse looked at it and said, yep, that's enough. Do you want a hamburger? I was like, oh, you bet your ass I want a hamburger. Put some fries on the side of that biatch, please. Extra ketchup, extra mustard, lettuce, pickles, tomato. I might get it in here pronto. And that was probably the best hamburger I've ever had in my entire life. So, yeah. Hero said, I just saw you hit me up on the Discord. What's good? I just got home. Well, I was just hitting you up, LC, because I wanted you to watch this. I didn't want you to miss the live stream. So yeah. No, that's true, Kate. I don't have a Discord. I still have my profile, so I can write my friends on Discord, but I'm not in anyone's Discord. But you can still write your friends. So yeah. So yeah. No, that's super fascinating though. I guess it's kind of fascinating. I'm just glad. I'm thanking the good Lord and the big guy upstairs that I didn't die. Because as much as I love my grandpa and my aunt and all my family members that have passed on, I'm not ready to travel to heaven. Fear still has got a few things to do before I, check out. So I am so lucky to be alive, and I love my friends, and I love my family, and I love my YouTube audience. So yeah. You guys are awesome. But yeah, Visions, you make a good point. That nose tube video, oh my god, it's fucking nuts, man. It's like funny, but it's like nuts because it's Visions. It's literally like a cartoon video. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? And I just keep pulling the tube, pulling the tube. It's like a never ending tube. And then it finally, like the tail end of it comes out. And I'm like, what am I, fucking Wile E. Coyote or some shit, you know? I felt a little bit like Wile E. Coyote pulling that fucking tube out. I'm like, yeah, it's coming. It keeps coming. Yeah, here we go. Does it ever fucking end? I don't know. We'll find out. It was endless. It was nuts. Oh, man. But I am lucky to be alive, and I love my friends and my family so much, and I love my job, and so even though I don't have a lady right now, there's so much stuff that I have to be thankful for in my life. You know, my problems are like peanuts compared to other people's problems. Fears has got a roof over his head, beer in the fridge, food in the fridge, good friends, loving family, loving friends, loving and loyal YouTube fans, and some of you guys are fans, and some of you guys are fans and friends. Fucking Lord Pixel, Lord Visions. Visions, I kid you guys not. That is going to be the hangout of the century. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I want to hang out this year. But Visions like Fears, don't worry. It's only a couple more months. Because I don't want to ruin Visions and Mrs. Visions' vacation. That trip sounds fucking great, though. Visions is like, we're going to California, we're going to Texas, we're going to fucking Nevada. And I was like, hell yeah, buddy. I'm like, you guys have a spectacular time. Next July, Lord Visions trips. Fucking getting on some Seattle coffee, fucking Astoria, fucking Goonie motherfucking locations. Demolishing Visions in mini golf. That's right, Visions. I'm throwing it out there. Because Vision said, he goes, oh, Fears. He goes, I'm kicking your ass in mini golf. I've got a degree in miniature golf. And I'm like, you know what? Let's put that degree to the test, buddy. Mini golf it up. I cannot wait. It's going to be fucking spectacular. Playing video games with Visions, getting drunk, going ballistic, meeting Visions' family. It's going to be spectacular. Hell yeah. All right. Time for the top 10. All right, top 10 vacation. All right. Vacation number 1. I was probably about oh god, probably 9 or 10. We went to Branson, Missouri. And it's kind of like Branson, Missouri is kind of like a small version of Hollywood. There's so many tourist attractions. They've got like wax museum, a car museum. They've got a theme park down there. They've got a zip line. There's tons of lakes where you can go boating, fishing, camping. It was me, my dad, my mom. So we went to Branson, Missouri. That's probably one of the most epic vacations I've ever took. That was a good one. Number 2, any trip that me, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my grandpa Fears and my grandma Fears. My grandpa and my grandma Fears used to own this resort. They had a little piece. They would always either pitch a tent or take their trailer down to this place. It's like way past like Sullivan, Missouri. I've told you guys about it, called Lost Valley Lake Resort. And that place, any vacation there was fantastic. There was 2 to 3 big lakes. You could go fishing, boating, camping. They had a movie theater on the resort. They had an old-ass, like, lodge. Their food at that restaurant in that lodge was kind of like, this place kind of reminded me of, if you guys have ever seen that movie called The Great Outdoors with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. They kind of went to a resort like that. You stayed in a log cabin. It was kind of like that resort, but way more nicer, because in that Great Outdoors movie, anything that can go wrong does go wrong. But this resort was amazing. And they're like, we don't care what you guys do. You can either pitch a tent, you can stay in teepees, you can stay in an RV, you can pitch your own RV, you can pitch your own tent, you can go whatever you want. They had mini golf there. I mean, you could swim in the lakes. And I have a lot of fond memories of me hanging out with my grandpa, fishing off the boat dock, fishing with my dad. So that's definitely number 2. And we went there a lot. We went there many, 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 many times. So I'm pretty much taking all of those Lost Valley Lake vacations and putting them into number 2. Number 3, definitely the first time I went to California. Because I went to California twice. So the first time I went to California, I was like 15 or 16, and I begged my mom and my dad. I said, Dad, I said, I don't care what we see, but I said, we've got to see these 2 things. And my dad was like, what do you want to see? I said, I want to get as close as possible to the Hollywood sign and take a photo. I said, and then we've got to go to the Chinese Man's Theater, and I want to take some pictures and put my hands in the celebrities, like, their handprints. And I got pictures with my hands in Eddie Murphy's hands, and he had big hands because he's one of my favorite comedians. And then Jim fucking Carrey. I love Jim Carrey, and I put my hands in Jim Carrey. So that California trip is definitely number 3. Probably number 4, when I won that trip to space camp. I've told you guys about that. I was 15 or 16, and that was in Huntsville, Alabama. That week at space camp was a great fucking vacation. Oh my God, that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely number 4. Number 5, anytime me and my family have went to England, that was amazing. Probably number 6, when me, my dad, and my brother, my mom, we went to Chicago, Illinois, and we went bike riding all through the city. That's definitely number 5. Number 6, any trip where we went to Florida, because we went to Florida many times. That's one of the reasons why I live down here now, because I have so many great memories of Florida. Number 7, probably Nevada. I went to Nevada twice, and both times I went to Vegas. So the first time I went to Vegas was with my buddy Eric, and then I went to Vegas alone. That was a lot of fun. So that's definitely number 6. Hey, what's up, Tan? Tan Mom. You are quite tan. We'll keep working on that tan. It's a rockin'. So that's number 6. Number 7, probably, I went to Texas once, and we went, me and my church camp, we went to, me and my church, I did a church camp in Texas, and we went to a big, like, water slide. I'll be honest, Visions, I don't remember where we were in Texas. It was a big water slide park. It was either in Austin or Dallas. I can't remember. That was great. Probably, let's see, that was number 7. Number 8 would probably be when I went back to California, and me and my parents took our European family to Disneyland. So I've only went to Disneyland once. I've went to Disney World probably 20 plus times. I like Disney World better because there's more to do at Disney World. Disneyland, there's only 2 parks. Disney World, there's 4 parks. So that's definitely number 8. Number 9 is any time I've went to Disney World in Florida. Those were great. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Eddie says, what's up, Visions? What's up, Chicken Wizard? What's up, Fierce? Eddie, what's up, you Walking Dead master? Because Eddie has got one of the greatest profiles. It's like this decaying flesh like skeleton. I don't know where you got it, buddy, that picture, but it's pretty awesome, pretty cool. And then number 10, probably when I went to New York. But we were only there for like 3 hours because we had a delay We were on our way to England, and they had to fly to New York to refuel the plane. And they said, you've got 3 or 4 hours just to kill. Me, my dad, my brother, my mom, we got authentic New York pizza. We went to this really nice, like, New York fancy restaurant for dinner. And then, so we got pizza for lunch. And then we went to this fancy, like, New York, like, 5-star restaurant. I mean, it was expensive. And then, what else did we do? And then we went into this gift shop. So yeah, and then we came back, and then we flew to England. So yeah, so I'd say those are the top 10 vacations that Fears has ever took. I'll be honest, the only thing that would top those, Fears has always wanted to go, like, spend a week in Hawaii, and I've always wanted to go to the Bahamas. I am going to those before I die. That has to happen. And my friend just went to the Bahamas, and she said it was fucking spectacular. So yeah. Let's see, Vision says, all right, Eddie, you be good. Visions, I'll be honest, nothing against Eddie. I don't know what Eddie's obsession is about being good, like good little boys and good little girls. Eddie, I'm not judging you, but it's a little weird. We get it, buddy. Everyone will be on their best behavior here. Especially Fears, because I'm the fucking host, you know? Eddie, you are hilarious. But you're a good guy, and you're a loyal fan, and double thumbs up, buddy. But he's got this obsession about being good little boys and good little girls. You guys figure it out. I have no idea. Anyway, all right. All right, now Visions, that one was easy. That one was easy, but it's going to be hard. The top 10 movies that Fears has ever rented in his life, whew, that's going to be hard. But I'm going to take a crack at it. Because it's going to be hard. Because when renting movies was still a thing, Fears has rented a lot of movies in his day. Visions, I'm sure you too. I'm sure everybody in the chat. Back in the day, Fears rented his movies from Blockbuster and Video Horizons. Our movies are in your future. Do you got Visions? Do you remember Video Horizons? That was a good one. I'm sorry, we rented it from 3 places. We rented it from Schnucks, because Schnucks at one time you could rent movies from Schnucks. I don't know if you guys remember that. So we rented movies from Schnucks, Blockbuster, and then Video Horizons. And Visions, they had the best slogan. Our movies are in your future. And then it would have this music in the background like dun dun dun, dun dun dun. Our movies are in your future. And it was fucking hilarious. It was hilarious. And then their uniforms were hysterical. It kind of reminded me of that uniform in Jurassic Park, like when they arrive at the park, they're wearing like pink shirts with like brown pants. It was similar. They had like bright pink purplish shirts with like brown pants. It was nuts and hilarious. Anyway, you better not lose your voice, Fears boy. Eddie, it's already there, buddy. My voice is hanging on by a thread. But yeah. So yeah. But Visions, do you remember that? Do you remember Video Horizons? Does anyone remember Video Horizons? Our movies are in your future. Visions, did you ever go to Video Horizons? I'm just curious. Video Horizons was hilarious. All right. Fears is going to do the top 10 the best movies that I've ever rented. Ghostbusters, number 1. Back to the Future, number 2. Goonies is number 3. Number 4, that trucking movie that I showed you guys, that trucker movie that me and my brother used to watch, Thunder Run, that's definitely number 4. Number 5, Weekend at Bernie's. Oh man, this is so hard. Number 6, probably the first Batman. I remember me and my dad used to watch the first Batman like all the time. That's number 5. Number 6, Tremors. Tremors, the very first Tremors. I used to rent that all the time. Number 7, Ghostbusters 2. Number 8, Star Wars. Number 9, we rented a lot of Star Trek movies. And then number 10, probably The Fugitive. Because I remember my dad loved The Fugitive. We watched that a lot too. Vision said, not really. We had Video Warehouse, Video Update, Hollywood Movie. Oh yeah, I remember Video Update and I remember Hollywood Movie, but I don't remember Video Warehouse. I've never heard of Video Warehouse, but I do remember Video Update and Hollywood Video. But Video Horizons was hilarious. This little like 80s, 90s song will come on. Our movies are in your future. Visions, Google Video Horizons, and you'll laugh your ass off. So anyway, that's the top 10 movies I've ever rented. So yeah. Anyway, I've got to get out of here. My voice is killing me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We've been going for about an hour and 47 minutes. But this is everybody's homework tonight. If you'd like to watch this tonight and chime in on the review tomorrow, watch this. This is what Fears is watching tonight. So yeah, check it out. Check it out. Let me know what you think. What's up, Dasha? So yeah. So I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream. Time for some updates. Time for some plugs. But Visions, I'm gonna Google Video Warehouse. Did Video Warehouse have any? You know what? Before I go, let's watch a trailer because I've heard Visions. I'm being dead honest. I've never heard of a Video Warehouse, but I've heard of Video Update. And I've went in a Video Update, and I've went in a Hollywood Video, and I've went to Blockbuster, and I've went to Video Horizons. Those are all in the Midwest, maybe where Visions is from, because I know for a fact Visions, they did not have Video Warehouse in Missouri. That must be out, in Portland and stuff like where Visions is from. But let's try to find a commercial where Fears can watch a Video Warehouse commercial. I'm sure I can find one on YouTube. Let's try and find one. Let's try and find a commercial, buddy, and Fears will give a quick review of Video Warehouse. All right, so let me just open up YouTube. I'm going to try to find one, Vision. I'm sure they had commercials because Video Update and Hollywood Video and Video Horizons and Blockbuster had tons of commercials in the 80s and 90s. So I'm going to try and find a Video Warehouse commercial. And thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the 11 people watching. I really appreciate it. All right. So I'm going to try to hunt this down. Video Warehouse commercial. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Well, if I could spell. All right, let's see. Video Warehouse. Well, god damn it. Gosh, Fears is so tired. I spelled commercial wrong. There we are. Okay, Video Warehouse commercial. All right, let's see if I can find one. Let's see. So far, nothing is coming up. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. I've got a 1984 Stereo Warehouse commercial, but that's not it. Let's see here. Maybe they didn't have any commercials because nothing is coming up, Visions. Video Warehouse. Well, I would have thought that there would have been at least one, one movie. One commercial of it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe no one has ever uploaded a Video Warehouse commercial. Well, that stinks. Because I totally wanted to check it out and see what it was all about. Damn. Because I've been scrolling down for a while now. Well, let me try and reword it. Let's write commercial. Commercial of Video warehouse rental. Let's see if it. Let's see. No, damn it, nothing's coming up. Oh man, hang on. Well, now I'm on a hunt to try and find this. Hang on. Well, my question is, Visions, was Video Warehouse like a big like chain? Because I'm not seeing any commercials popping up. I'm seeing like a lot of Hollywood video commercials coming up and a lot of Blockbuster, but no Video Warehouse is coming up. I even found the Blockbuster training video, which is hilarious. The training video for Blockbuster is on YouTube. But I'm not seeing the Video Warehouse. Well, that is a bummer. That is a bummer. There's even one called LA Video Training Video. So apparently in LA, there was LA Video Rental back in the 80s and 90s. Well, I've never heard of that one either, but apparently in LA in the 80s and 90s, there was LA Video Rental. Well, I gave it the old college try. I'm not seeing it. It was pretty crazy. That's a bummer. I don't even know where to begin. That was nuts. That is a bummer. That is a bummer. Because I was really trying to find it. Let's see. Vision says, I'm not sure, but they were eventually bought out by Video Update. Well, you know what? Let's try, because I don't think I've ever seen a commercial of Video Update. I don't think. I know I've seen ones. Because I'm changing my answer. I know I've seen a lot of Video Horizons commercials and a lot of Blockbuster and a lot of Hollywood video. But I don't think I've seen one for Video Update. I remember going into a Video Update, though. Because they did have those in the Midwest. Let's try to Google a Video Update commercial. Because I don't think I've ever seen those. But that's kind of crazy that Video Warehouse got bought out by Video Update. I guess it was like a little chain. Maybe that's the reason why I can't find a commercial. All right, let's try and find a Video Update commercial. All right, here we go. Video Update commercial. All right, here we go. Here we go. Video Update store commercial 1994. All right, well, I guess they were more popular because I found that within 2 seconds. All right, here we go, Visions. My very first Video Update commercial. I've been in these stores before. Now they're obsolete because everyone does Hulu and fucking Twitter and online and what the fuck is that other one? Amazon Prime and all that bullshit. Fears is old school. I don't do Hulu. I don't do any of that crap. I don't do that fucking buying that streaming, all that shit. Fears watches television and I buy movies. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not paying for Hulu and Starstream and all those other bullshit ones, you know. All right, here we go. Video Update.
It's a Little Caesars thin crust summer with a large 2-topping thin crust pizza.
That actually sounds really good right now. I love all these commercials that you have to watch on YouTube. And I'm watching, this commercial is a Little Caesars. I haven't had Little Caesars pizza in forever. That actually sounds really good right now. It does.
$8.99, that's practically drowning in toppings.
I'm drowning in toppings.
I'm drowning in toppings. I'm fucking losing it. Well, you know what? Fears wants to drown in toppings and have a Little Caesars pizza too. All right, here we go.
New releases for less than 50 cents each. Hurry.
All right, here we go.
Video Update is continuing its unbelievable deal for you every...
All right, I love so far, Visions, I love the 80s, you know, bebop and music in the background.
Tuesday throughout the holiday season. Movies are 2 for just 99 cents every Tuesday at participating...
Every Tuesday, 2 for 99 cents. That's a pretty good deal.
Update stores, including new releases. Yes, 2 for just 99 cents, including...
All right, so the inside of a Video Update kind of looked like Blockbuster, except the only thing different was, you know, Blockbuster's colors were yellow, white, and blue. Video Updates was red and white. All right, fair enough.
Releases. Rent 2 movies or new releases for less than 50 cents each. Hurry in. It's 2 for 99 cent Tuesdays this holiday season only at Video Update. With over 30 convenient Twin Cities locations and growing, Video Update is nearby.
Okay, that was a pretty good commercial. So I guess because Video Update bought out Video Warehouse, I'm guessing, Visions, that Video Warehouse was like like a tiny chain. That's what I'm getting out of that. Because you would have thought that I would have found like one commercial for Video Warehouse. No, but as soon as Visions told me that they got bought out, I literally wrote in Video Update and I found a commercial within seconds. But I'll be honest now, I'm actually kind of curious what Video Warehouse was all about. Because that's pretty cool to like, Fears, one thing about Fears that you should know, I love how movies are made. I love the history of movies. I love finding everything out about movies. Sometimes, like, before I watch a movie, I'll like watch all the bonus features first. That's why I have a passion for film. That's why I went to film school. So, but I also love like my other favorite subjects in school. Where I love history, I love science, I love art, I loved gym class. But the only thing I hated English because it was so boring. But you know what? It's funny. Like when I was a kid, I hated English because we had to do a lot of writing assignments. Now I actually love writing. Like I'm writing my novel, you know, the Lonely Ghost. So my interests have kind of changed. But I hated math class. Math hates me. I hate math. We've never had a good relationship, me and math. But my favorite subjects were anything to do with film, history, science, art, and PE. So yeah, let's see. You better get in here, Little Caesar's Pizza boy. yeah. Fears needs to get on the streaming apps. Buying all those Blu-rays is killing the bank account. Not really, Visions. I'm doing all right because I find the deals. So I get a lot of my movies, Visions, for like $1.50, you know, $3 at Goodwill. But I'll tell you what, though, Visions, the ones that are the most expensive is whenever I go to FYE. FYE, because they've got all those rare gems, they charge a lot. So that's why that's why I go to FYE sparingly. You know, I go there sparingly. But I haven't went to FYE in about 2 or 3 weeks because I'm telling you, those are expensive. But I'm telling you, though, Visions, every time I do go to FYE, like, I find so many amazing gems. But 10 times out of 12, I find a lot of, like, cheap deals at Walmart and Goodwill. So, yeah. Will you watch Detective Downs? I don't even know what that is. And then Vision says that's very rare. Detective Downs. You know what? Before I go, let's watch a trailer. Detective Downs. I've never even heard of that. Let's see. Dasha says, maybe math doesn't understand you, Fears. Dasha, trust me. I don't understand math, and math doesn't understand me. We have a very complex relationship, me and math. I hate math. Visions, I've never heard of Detective Downs. Do you know what this is? Anyway, let's find out. Because if it's good, Fears will add it to the list. Detective Downs. I'm kind of curious to see what this is. All right. And then after this, I'm going to end the stream because I need to give my voice a little rest because, man, my voice is hurting. All right, here we go. I'm guessing maybe Detective Downs, was it a movie or was it a television show? I have no idea. Let's figure this out, though. Detective Downs. Detective Downs trailer. All right, here we go. Let's see what this is. All right, let's see here. Oh, okay, so I guess it's a cartoon. It says The Depression of Detective Downs trailer. Okay, I guess it's a cartoon, I guess. All right. Let's see what this is. All right. I'm guessing this is what it is. It's a 48 trailer of a cartoon. It says The Depression of Detective Downs. All right, let's see what this cartoon's all about. All right.
That's me, Detective Rolando Downs. You think I'm some fast-talking cop that can talk his way out of any situation, but that's not me.
But that's not me. That's not me.
In case you haven't figured out by now, I'm depressed. All the things you do for people, most of the time they don't really care.
I'll be honest, Dasher. This is one of the most random cartoons I've ever seen in my life.
It's not a glamorous job.
Yeah, pass. Pass. That was the most random cartoon. No offense, Dasha. I think Fears is going to pass on Detective Downs. That was weird. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Let's see. Vision says it's a movie with real people. Oh, well, Vision's the only thing that popped up for me. I wrote Detective Downs trailer, and that cartoon popped up. So I guess it's a cartoon movie, but I didn't see a trailer with real people in it. So Visions, if you find that trailer for me one day, I'll watch that trailer. But for now, I'm going to take off because Fears has got to rest his voice. But anyway, watch this tonight. Watch this tonight. And Fears will do a review on it tomorrow. So do your homework. Watch this tonight so you guys can contribute something tomorrow. But time for some plugs. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26, the main channel. Check Fears out at Fears Vlogs, the second channel. Check out my TikTok at FearsMan26. Check out my friend Randall at The Mayor of Magic and Cameo Man 2021. Follow my friend Pixel, Lord Pixel at Pixel Protocol. Follow my friend LC at Heroes and Villains Collectibles. And last, but certainly not least, my buddy Visions, Lord Visions at www.exhumvisions.com. He's got amazing merch. Buy some cool merch right now. As soon as I turn off this stream, you better go to his website and buy some cool stuff because Visions is one cool motherfucker. That's right. All right. Fears is out of here. Kate says, I hope your voice feels better. Well, thank you. I hope so, too. I really appreciate that. So, Visions, Dasha, Kate, Eddie, who else was in here? Tan Mom, and everyone else. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. And Fears is signing off, but I hope you enjoyed the stream. See you tomorrow. Don't forget to watch this. And this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. Oh, wait. Visions just found it. Visions just found the trailer. So let's end with me watching the trailer. All right. Give me a second. Here we go. All right. Detective Downs. Here we go. Well, thanks, Visions, for finding that for me. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Privatdetektiv Robert Boge. Møt meg i hårstrøket.
Oh, wow.
Folk bare ler av deg, skjønner du ikke det?
So, right off the bat, there was this hot girl in a strip club. She was a rockin'. She was rockin'. All right, here we go.
Syndromen, Robert. Blir ikke detektiv og tar på deg hatt og frakk. Det du som privatdetektiven? Vet du hva, da foreslår jeg at vi drar hjem.
I'm liking the fedora that he's wearing. And I don't know what they're saying because I guess they filmed it in a different country. So already Fears is a laughing.
Huset vårt med en gang, sånn at du får satt deg inn i saken.
Får jeg oppdraget?
Ja, naturligvis. Han spesialist I forsvinningssaker, og han har sin egen metode.
Ja vel, hva går den ut på?
Jeg bruker følelsene.
Well, I'll be honest, Visions. I wish I could understand what the hell they were saying. I don't know if I can review this because I don't know what the hell they're saying. But so far, it looks all right.
Så deilig du er. Det så lenge siden litt.
Han skal jeg ha.
Det mannen min som har forsvunnet. Vi frykter at det kan ha skjedd noe helt forferdelig.
Da vi I gang. Jeg skal finne...
All right, I'm done because I have no idea what they're saying. Yeah, that was random because I have no idea what they said. So, I really don't know what to make of that, Visions, because I had no idea. I think I actually don't know what language that was. It sounded like it was French. It sounded French, but don't quote me on it. I think it was French, but I'm not for sure. Yeah, I didn't see one with English subs. No worries, Visions, no worries. But again, I was like, I don't know what they're saying. I would like to hear what they're saying. But the hat was cool. The fedora was pretty damn cool. So yeah. And Visions agrees. Cool hat though, I agree. It was a pretty cool hat. So that's what I took out of it. A very cool fedora. All right, I have got to go take a shower and I gotta relax my voice, guys. My voice is hurting me so bad. But I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the stream. More streams coming, more videos coming, more vlogs coming, more everything coming. Anyway, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. And thank you so much for all the views, the comments, the likes, everything, your constant love and support. You guys are amazing. Peace out, guys.